Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Independent, free spirit. Ooh, it's something serious. Where my girls at? We ain't linked up in a cool minute. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right.
It's going down. It's going down. It's going down. Sabrina's trying to sing. Okay, we got you. We got you. We got issues. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It must be 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday. For real. It's a very special Tuesday. I'm your host, Gloria Mayfield Banks, and we got Chris, Sabrina, and Kat here with us. And we're so excited to be here with you on We Got Issues, brought to you by 9:10 a.m., the Superstation-WFDF out of Detroit, Michigan. We're so excited to have this conversation with you about this special day. A lot of stuff's going down in the news. Very excited about that. But wow, talk about a special, special, special day. It all depends on how you look at it, how you feel about it. We've learned a lot about the day. And so we're going to have an open conversation about this special day. And you know what? We love it when you call in. We love to hear your voice. Even if you to call in to say, I'm listening at 313-778-7600. So excited. Okay, so let me just say to you, I am really uber excited. I'm in Florida right now still. It is 76 degrees. It was super warm, super beautiful, super sunshiny. I mean, just I know Florida. And I was watching the news in New York, and when the person was talking about something that was going on in New York, all this smoke was coming out of his mouth for the cold. I was like, OMG. all that was coming out. And then, Chris, I saw a statistic. You guys in Detroit, crazy snow. Your average for the month of February is supposed to be about 12 inches. You've already had 19 inches, and the month's not over yet. However, you can be very grateful because the highest amount of snow Detroit has ever received in the month of February was over 35 inches. Right.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
Wow.
I mean,
well,
that's
Gloria,
over an inch a day.
Gloria.
Yeah. What?
44?
Sabrina, unmute.
But Gloria, what I was
unmute on.
I mean, you born and raised in Detroit. I mean, as kids, I totally remember climbing snow mountains. And so, when that record was set, but I can remember as a child growing up, Detroit always, when it was winter, it was winter.
It was winter. It was snow, winter. And just like you said, when you grow up in it, I was used to it. I was used to walking those same blocks to school, to the school bus. And I don't care how much snow it was, you walked to the bus stop. Like that's just what you did. And if you lost your gloves, too bad on you till you got back home. It was a hot mess. Right. But I'm telling you, it was amazing. And to have 44 inches in Ohio. And someone was saying to me, Sabrina, I told them you were in Geneva on the lake. They said, oh, you in the area where the snow comes. I mean, it's no joke. So I'm so excited to be here with my girlfriends. Let's see who's talking first. Sabrina, you get to talk first since you've had the most snow.
I get to try the most snow. Okay. We love to break records. All we do is win, no matter what. Okay. We will take it. Good to see you, girlfriends. Oh my goodness. Busy day in the office. Beautiful day today. Well, not really. In my mind, it was raining, but it was warm. It was warm. It was warm, y'all. Come on, 50 degrees. We are doing the hallelujah dance. We've got snow coming into the week, but I just made up my mind, baby. Sunshine in your heart, sunshine in your mind. And that's where it's at. I was grateful for the 3 men who've been found guilty in the Ahmed Arbery case. I just thank God that justice has been served, that it's not okay just to gun down young Black men just because you think you can. And I'm really grateful for that mama. That mother is no joke. I mean, Ahmad's mama, if it wasn't for her, a praying mama, a courageous mama who said, no, we got to see about this. Can you guys believe that this case almost was not a case? Because at the local level, they said there was nothing to see. Way back 2 years ago, it took like 90 days for this thing to even, a video brought it to the surface. Local authorities at first said, no case, nothing to be concerned about. So I'm just glad that
Sabrina, tell them the difference. Tell them the difference between the murder case and the hate crime, because that was a very big deal. That today it was the hate crime, before it was the murder.
That's right. And pretty much they pretty much 2 of the 3 almost got life anyway. But this hate crime was important for the record, for history, to know that you cannot be full of hate and malice and carry out those kind of acts and not be held accountable. So it was important. And the mother fought for 2 cases. She said, no, I know they got life over there, but we're still going on with this other case. It's important. And so I'm grateful. Just grateful.
Sabrina, I have a question. So the one guy who the judge said he wasn't going to give him life, on the federal end, they gave him life. So will that supersede what the judge said in the murder case?
Yeah, it's 2 different trials. And so all 3 of them are sentenced pretty much to life. So absolutely. If he didn't get it over there, he's getting over here. And my friend who's a reporter, you guys, for the Washington Post, said that he's covered Reedsville prison where they're going, and it ain't nothing nice. It's a tough one. Wow. It's a tough one. Yeah.
And you know what? The other thing that's really important was because of the videotape, it let you know that a lot of hate crimes go underneath. And because they were filming it to share it, to brag, it was the power of how much hate crime is going on out there and how much of it slips through the crack. So it not only for those people, but it put a lot of people on alert that are sliding around here doing hate crimes, thinking they can get away with it and bragging about it. That was the video. The purpose of the video was to brag.
That's right. That's right. But I just shudder to think if we did not have that video, where this case would be. That video was the saving grace for sure. I believe. Right. Yeah.
So many things. What's going on, Chris? What's going on, Crisette Ellis?
Oh my goodness. You know, I'm looking out of my window. It's really kind of foggy today. The snow is melting. So it was really, pretty warm outside today, but of course we know that means absolutely nothing because in a couple of days we can hear we're going to get another snowstorm, but it's all good. But you guys, you know what? Of course, February, we're still celebrating Black History Month. And so the other day I just was flipping through the channels and I landed on the History Channel. And you know what's really amazing? And I know the month is almost gone, but to learn about people who you never heard about before. They did an amazing job yesterday talking about the Black soldiers and how they got involved and how the Civil War would not have been won had they not had these Black soldiers who were enlisted. And at first, Lincoln did not want to enlist them in the army, but one of the captains did it anyway. And they showed their bravery. I mean, they did all these things. But yesterday, they told the story of Robert Smalls, 23 years old. He was in Charleston, North Carolina, and he worked on this on one of the big ships that was with the Confederate, and he knew how to set. He knew everything about it. And when I tell you, at 23 years old, he decided that he wanted to get his family from the safely to the North, where they were no longer slaves. Came up with this elaborate plan, you guys, and it was all of these Black workers on the boat and some, white workers. They weren't supposed to leave the boat, but they left to go drink or whatever. Do you know he stole that boat? And
the boat?
The whole ship. It wasn't a boat, a ship, a Confederate ship. He sailed it all the way to where it was no longer with the Confederate. And then he had to hurry up and change the flag because they were about to blow. They thought Confederate to
invade
them, and he put a white flag up. And literally, he is going down in history because the Union needed that ship because it had artillery on it and everything. Literally, I sat in my room just with my mouth open. It is so many powerful Black people who did so much to fight the Civil War that we don't know. And I had never in my life heard about Robert Smalls, 23 years old, when they got to their destination. Everybody was surprised that it was filled with all of these Black people. Amazing. So you guys need to check out, for our listeners and for our viewers, Robert Smalls. Amazing story.
23 years old. Sometimes I think about, we get so conflicted right now. You see people who are 23 years old and we say they're so young, and then you hear stories like that and they're so amazing. So the range, how people say that men sometimes don't even get their brain until they're 25, and here this man understands how to run a whole ship and saves his entire family. And what courage, so exciting. And you guys, yes, there's not much left in Black History Month, but we're going to keep at it because there's a whole lot of history to keep talking about. So that's awesome. Katrina, what's happening? Katrina, what's going on out there on the West Coast? Katrina Harris, Earl, one of our girls.
Oh boy, it wasn't 76, but I'm telling you, on the weekend there were people with their convertibles. Today, I think we're going to get a teensy bit of rain, which is so important. I think we're getting just a little bit of rain today. So super excited about that. But when I tell you, speaking of Black history, I was studying I watched a show, Chris, yesterday about them finding remnants of slave ships, over 1.8 million slaves that were lost at sea. And when I tell you, finding those about how deep and how they even know where to look because of technology, this is the year of everything being revealed. This is the season of stuff being revealed and rights being made wrong. And it was so, of course, so sad because we know and understand the history, but the technology that they're using and that they'll be able to continue to use was really fascinating and wow. So there are so many stories yet untold. And so that was just thinking about that had me so glued to the TV, literally glued to the TV. But today is a great day. It is a great day in the Earl household. Everybody is happy in here, like the Monday household. Even the dog's happy. I have an older dog, and my mom said she was running around here like she was young today. So everybody's happy in here. Everybody's happy.
We love happiness. We love happiness. That's good. That's good. In the news, you guys, COVID is going way down. And so, when it was really high, we talked about it a lot. So we're very excited. It's not over. It's not over. Fauci keeps saying it's not over. It's not over. It's not over. But it is way down. And the death toll is way down. And so finally, it feels like there's a little bit of breath here, that it's way down and makes such a big difference, One of the other things that's in the news is that Trump lost at the Supreme Court, where he has to turn over his records to the House of Representatives. And that's a big deal, you guys. He fought that all the way to the Supreme Court. And they said, The Supreme Court finally today put it to bed. There's nothing else he can do. He has to give all that information to the House.
We better hope he don't flush it down the toilet, Gloria.
Right. Exactly. And then the Secret Service got to pump it back up. That was just something else. I mean, it's just amazing. But we're going to come back right after this break, and we're going to talk about Happy Tuesday, because we got a lot more to talk about. We'll see you in just a minute.
Two.
Yes. We're here to have the talk about today. But before we go to today, we cannot continue on, because when he's back, he's all the way back. We got a guest on the call. Are you with us today? Are you with us, hanging in, bringing us some joy?
Yes, I'm with you.
What's going on today, Marathon? Bringing us some joy.
How y'all doing?
Good. We're good. What's going on with you?
How you doing, First Lady Chris?
I'm doing well, Marathon. How are you? Glad to hear your voice.
Doing good. I heard that Greater Grace is going to have the Detroit Symphony there soon.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. When exactly is that?
You know what? I don't know the exact date, but when I find out, I absolutely will say it on the show, okay?
Okay, now. I was so glad to hear those three guys got what they deserved.
Yeah, that was big. Yeah. It was big.
I was beginning to think we were going to have things go the other way.
Yeah, I think because you never know with the jury. You never know with the jury. You never know.
Right. Just like that last case with that judge, she just took her own mind and she just changed everything around with the police officer killing the young man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, made a big deal. Made a big difference. Made a big difference that went up against that.
Yes. What do you think about Juwan?
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit yesterday. I still don't like it.
Okay.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I'll tell you, I don't like it. I still think it was too severe for him. I still think there's too much information that's still outside to be waited for. I don't think there's been anything new about it that from yesterday. I don't know, but that's what I was feeling about it.
No,
what do you think about it?
I think what the punishment should have been more even. I think if they were going to punish.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's something, Marathon. It's something. But I'm so glad you checked in with us. Keep staying with us. Keep staying with us.
All
okay?
Right, catch you later.
All right. Take care. Keep joining us. You know, y'all, everybody needs to take a
Marathon calls in, checks in with us, lends his voice to the broadcast. I'm so glad that he did. 313-778-7600. But wait. Before we get to Happy Tuesday, and I'm so glad everybody's talking about Happy Tuesday, we got to talk about this, the soccer team winning the women's income equal pay for the soccer team. Did you guys hear about that? This was huge. This was massive, y'all. It was massive for women in sports, massive for women in soccer, massive for women's equal pay, period. For 2 years now, the U.S. soccer team has been fighting the governing board of the soccer team, which is huge. I mean, huge, saying that equal pay. And then Dennis Rodman's daughter is a soccer player, and she landed a enormous contract. And I don't know the details of how much, but it's supposed to be an enormous contract. And even Megan on Today said, she said, "You're welcome, Tiffany," because if they had not fought for the equal pay, Tiffany would not have been able to get the first of the big contracts for women. And the other thing is now the soccer is the first time a women's team has shirts with women's name for men to wear. The women's name on the soccer team for their shirts that they're going to get commission for, because people are buying their shirts, women and men alike. I mean, that's a big deal. Real
long time coming. That's awesome.
Long time coming. And it was very, very challenging. It was $24 million case one for women. So if you're not familiar with it, it's really a big deal. But let's talk about Happy Tuesday, because it's happy for a lot of reasons. And equal pay for women is a happy topic. But you guys, this is a big deal. I'm so glad everybody's tuned into it. The data is so rare that the National Weather Service said Tuesday won't happen again for another 400 years. 2422 is the next time it's going to happen. Okay, so now you know this word is big. The ultimate palindrome. What's that word?
Palindrome.
Palindrome will occur at 2. The ultimate will happen now, because it could have happened 2:22 a.m., 2:22 p.m. Now it's going to be military time. 22:22. So now it's going to be 2022 22 and 22 minutes. So tonight sometime around 10 o'clock, 22 minutes after 10 o'clock, it's going to be the ultimate palindrome. The last year that 22 of these dates happened in 4 digits, the last occurrence won't happen again, they said, for 90 years, when it's 2111. Anyway, it's a global thing. And I want to tell you something about it. It's a global thing. It also occurred last year with January 21 for the 21st day in the 21st century in the 21st year of the 21st century. So it's interesting how this gets played apart. But it's not just that it's the 2 Tuesdays, but it's 2s straight across the board, which makes it unique, because no matter where you are in the world, because sometimes in the world they put the month before the day, or the day before the month. So the fact that no matter how you put it, it's 2 across the board. That was a big deal. They said, don't miss out celebrating the coolest date of the decade. So what do you guys think has been the biggest thing that's happened on today's date? What's been the biggest?
Weddings.
Yeah, it's the weddings. Yep, it's the weddings. The weddings. Everybody wants to get married on 2/2/2/2/2/2 on the 2/2/2/2 Tuesday. So they said it's a very big deal. They said that Las Vegas has had the biggest climb, because everybody wanted to get married in Las Vegas. So they did celebrated. Listen to this. Clark County, where Las Vegas is located, celebrated its 5 millionth marriage license. 5 millionth wedding license.
Hey, Gloria,
today. Yeah.
It would be interesting to find out of the 5 million wedding licenses, how many other 5 million people are still together.
It sure would be. It sure would be of those people who still together, who actually got the license and made it down the aisle. And then once they got down the aisle, stayed together after the aisle. But however did, a lot of them had a lot of fun in Vegas. Do you know anybody who's ran off to get married in Vegas? Y'all know anybody?
You know what? Yeah. Well, they didn't run off. We actually went to their wedding in Vegas. They did a small wedding and it was in Vegas. One of my best childhood friends, she and her husband chose to get married in Vegas in a nice little chapel. It was really very simple, but it was beautiful.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. So Diane Robertson said that her niece got married this morning, and Yvette said she got married in Vegas, and she's still married. It's been 33 years. Yeah, we're clapping for you, Yvette. We're clapping for you. 33 years married. That's awesome. That is so awesome. It's so awesome. Okay, so even more celebrations with that. Okay, so what city has the second most marriages after Vegas? You'll never guess.
California.
It's in it's in California. Close. You got the state.
LA?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles?
No. Sacramento.
Oh, I would have never thought that.
Yeah, 222 couples participate in a special ceremony at the Capitol at 2 p.m. specific time. So that was cute. And then in Singapore, there are a lot of weddings. And in China, 483 couples decided to get married in China, in South China, according to the post. So anyway, weddings was a really big deal. Tacos was a really big deal. Tacos and margaritas was a really big deal today for Tuesday. Well,
she don't know.
No, I got it here on my piece of paper. Okay, so this is not the time, okay? This is not the time. Because you know I'm reading. You know it's hard for me to read. It's hard for me to read already, okay? So it took me a minute to get to this paragraph, okay? But Taco Tuesday falls on National Margarita Day. Now, why is it Taco Tuesday? Because tacos start with a T for Tuesday. That's why, okay? And then the margaritas said the restaurants wanted a lot more people drinking, so they made it that. So if you go, here's another tip, y'all. If you're checking in and you know the girlfriends are going to start traveling soon, but if you're going to go on a vacation, they said book it, Sabrina, listen carefully. They said book your vacation today because you're going to get a limited time deal for Tuesday to certain resorts. And since we've all voted that since we've all been on vacation, it's time for you to go on vacation.
Okay, for real. We need her to go on vacation.
We really do. That was an example as to why we know you need to go on vacation. But that's a big deal. Okay, during our break, y'all, seriously, not yet, but during our break, everybody needs to go on Google and put in 2-22-2022. You have to do it just like that in order to get the confetti. You got to get the confetti because it'll make a difference on your Happy Tuesday, because even Google is getting into the act. What are we going to say?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something. Okay. All right. So then I'm going to end on this. There's this girl in Massachusetts who turned 22 years old today on this special day. And she's going to spend it with her mother to celebrate the loss of her father on this day. And the question was what they were going to do for today. So we're going to come back and talk a little bit about what they did today that made such a difference for them Tuesday. But how did you guys celebrate? Anybody have a special celebration today, or did something, saw somebody do it? Just decided to talk about it on the show, right?
Exactly.
Okay. 30 minutes. We got 30 minutes to celebrate. 2.
Well, we're going to come up with something else to talk about at the break. I'll tell you that right now, because I don't have 30 minutes of Tuesday to talk about. So we're really going to have some people call in. So this is good that we're going to the break. And we're going to go to our text and come up with something else to talk about. Yeah, we'll see in just a minute. We got issues. And when I tell you we got issues, we got some issues right now. Talk to you in a minute. You know what? We might have to listen to the whole song. We're going to listen to the whole song today because we got issues. We got issues. Okay, so true. I have some more things to talk about Tuesday. But here's what I want to say. That young girl said that everybody was telling her to buy a lottery ticket because today was a special day, and she should buy a lottery ticket. But she didn't know whether she was going to do it. So my question is, what superstitions have you guys ever had? Anything you've ever had in terms of superstitions? Anything?
Don't step on a crack or you'll break your mother's back. Like the crack in the sidewalk. When we were little, we always have to skip over the separation of the sidewalk. Don't step on that crack. You break your mother's back. Okay?
I remember that
one. Let's see. What else? Oh,
I have one. I've never wanted a black cat.
I'm not finished.
Oh,
I'm not finished.
I thought we were going to do some round robin. So go ahead till you go on vacation. Go ahead till you go on vacation.
The other one is a pole. Don't split the pole. Like if you're walking with somebody, don't split the pole. Isn't that something? That I still don't.
That's a serious one, though. That's a serious one. Like if Ken and I are holding hands and there's a pole coming, I squeeze his hand so hard so he can't split. I'm like, oh no, I'll come that way or this way, but we are not splitting this pole.
That is too funny because Chuck and I do the same thing with him. When I see a pole, it's like, we cannot split this pole. I mean, for real. And what about the black cat? You know, your boy having a black cat walk across. You guys, I'm going to tell you, and I'm just not, for all of you feline lovers, I'm sorry. I am 1,000% a dog person. I am not a cat person. I'm sorry. But I'm going to tell you my black cat story. And this is so true. So when I was a teenager, I was coming home late one night and we did not have, our porch light was not on. So it had been this random cat, you know how you have cats in the neighborhoods and you see them, you throw rocks, you're like, ooh, get out of here. It's a black cat at that. So I come in the house, get ready for bed, go to bed. And I promise you, I woke up to a pair of green eyes staring at me. Do you know that when I came in the house, some kind of way, the black cat came in the house too, and literally got in my bedroom. You know how you turn over? I'm not making this up. Turn over. I opened my eyes and the green eye. I screamed so loud. My father jumped up. He ran into the room. What's wrong? I mean, he might thought a burglar or somebody was in there. Literally, I screamed. And maybe that's why I don't like cats to this day. I'm surprised that I did not have a heart attack. Can you imagine? It's pitch dark in your room. You wake up and you know how their eyes are, green eyes looking at me. I screamed so loud. My father came in. He caught the cat and put him out or whatever. But that is my black cat story. So I am just not a black, any kind of cat. That was horrible. Horrible. I might need to talk to a therapist about that. That was horrible.
You might still need to talk to a therapist. But first, we got a couple issues to deal with because we got issues. So before you get to a therapist, we got to get Sabrina on vacation. If we don't get her on vacation,
you need to stop being messy. Stop being messy. You need to stop being messy, Gloria. That's Gloria. Just because your show is whack. Now you want to send me on vacation. Now you want to send me on vacation.
Be kind on 2222. Be kind on 2222.
I'm telling you right now, she need vacation. But listen to all the cat lovers. Look at all the cat lovers. We got to brought out a lot of cat lovers. That means we got to do a show. I'll give it to Sabrina and let her do the show about cats. And she's okay. Yeah, you're gonna do the cat show. But here's a couple of the other. Walking under a ladder is another suspicion. Yeah, that's not good. Now, what's the deal with don't put your purse on the floor? Now, a lot of people have said don't put your purse on the floor, but I did not grow up in that neighborhood. So my purse does hit the floor, but a lot of people, if my purse hits the floor, they swoop over, pick it up really fast. So what's the deal with the purse on the floor?
I've always heard you would lose some money. You lose money or
you'll be
broke. It has something to do with money.
Yeah, they say if your purse is low, your money will be low. You'll be broke if you keep your purse, if you have your purse on the floor. That's it.
And you know what? Let's be clear. Gloria's purse have been on the floor a lot. And trust me, her money ain't low. Okay.
But she said my show is whack. But she said my show is whack.
Now that's the truth. Okay, messy, funny, classy. Y'all are filling all the categories today. Nosy, all that.
Okay. What about breaking the mirror? Somebody said break a mirror, 7 years of bad luck. Has anybody ever broken a mirror? Broke a mirror, broke a mirror, broke a mirror.
Mm-hmm. You broke a mirror, Sabrina?
Yeah, you guys have never broken a mirror? Like a little hand mirror falls down? Yeah, absolutely. And I've always said that's bad luck. That's bad luck. Oh my goodness. One of my kids broke a mirror, almost had to come apart. What are you doing? The mirror. We're gonna have bad luck for the rest of our life. Okay.
And you know what they did? You know what they did? They looked at you and said, "Go on a vacation, mama."
Right.
If you could just go on a vacation real quick. Okay, here's another one you talked about. When you open up your umbrella in your house, it's supposed to give you bad luck. Now I heard that one. Yes. Never. I heard about it, but I didn't understand
the number 13.
Oh,
okay. Another one. Have you ever gone somewhere and your room number or something you had was 666? Have you ever heard that one?
I have heard about 666, but not the room number. I heard
like
is not good.
Yeah, 666, that's supposed to be the Satan's number. And it's like anytime you see 666, you're like, oh no, I don't want that. I'm gonna pass that up. Yeah, 666, that's one too.
Yeah.
See. Oh, and then number 13, that's true. Number 13, that was supposed to be a bad thing.
One of our callers, we got to call one of our callers, somebody out there who studies numbers, understands numbers. Please call us at 313-778-7600. Please give us some education, okay?
Oh, wait a minute. I know another one. Somebody said, now that I've heard a lot. When your hand itch, it means some money is coming your way.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And then if you have a dream about fish, somebody is pregnant. And it doesn't necessarily mean you're pregnant, but somebody is pregnant. I've heard that all. Never heard about if you have a dream about fish. If you have a dream about fish, and I promise you, I had a dream probably a couple of months ago about it, and we were laughing about it in our family. And I was like, okay, Buddy and Angelica, all right. And it doesn't necessarily mean, you, but somebody that is coming up pregnant.
Wow. So you just decided to divert your dream to where you wanted it to go.
Wow.
That's funny.
Never heard that.
Also, happened, and she has now for confirming that. Yes.
That's deep. That's deep.
Can you believe somebody's so serious? They said, number 13 is supposed to be bad luck. And they said that they worked in a building and there was no floor 13. It just went straight to 14. Wow.
Yes.
I was in a building this weekend. It was no 13. It went up straight to 15. Really? No 13. A lot of buildings don't have 13.
Especially hotels. That there is no we're going to be traveling next week and we're going to make a note of it. There in most hotels, there is no floor 13. It skips to 14, 15.
Wow.
So,
isn't that interesting?
Very interesting,
Crisette. Very interesting.
I'm going to give you guys some more facts.
Sabrina, go on vacation. Matter of fact, you can get off the show and start packing right now for vacation. Okay? You need a vacation.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about Tuesday. Listen to this. There's some things that happen on this time, on this year. Before we go to break, stop looking to see what the clock says. Okay, so in 1935, on this day, airplanes were declared no longer permitted to fly over the White House. See, that's a big deal. In 1962, on this day, Philadelphia center Walt Chamberlain sets the NBA record with 34 free throw attempts, 19 to win over the Warriors. And that was a really, really big deal. And in 1980, on this day, Miracle on Ice, this was a big deal. The U.S. hockey team beats the heavily focused Soviet Union 4-3 at Lake Placid in one of the biggest sports updates in Olympic history. And Americans go on to win the gold medal. So that was a really big deal. On this day, DJ, Jay-Z, and Fresh Prince won the first rap Grammy Award for Parents Just Don't Understand. So that's very interesting. Will Smith holds a Grammy for the first rap Grammy. Will Smith. That's so interesting. Then this one, we might have to come back to this one. In 1997, Dolly the sheep on this day was the first cloned mammal from an adult cell, and it was announced in Scotland. Now let's talk about that for a second. How do y'all feel about cloning?
I'm not feeling cloning. And you know, it's just interesting because we've always been taught as Christians that God gives life. And so it's like when man starts playing around, and we know that when women can get pregnant, they will fertilize eggs. I'm not talking about that because I understand, you know, people that can't have children that want children. But when you start taking the cell and you start creating, I just think you there's some things you need to leave alone, and that's God. And we start playing around trying to be God. That's just, it doesn't hit me right. I just don't think that that's something that man should be playing around with. And that's just my personal opinion.
Right. That's good. What do you think about it, Sabrina?
Wow. We're living in some different times. I know science is different. Life is different. I'm not with it. I'm just not with it. I know that we're evolving and that's going to be part of our existence. But for me, is a no right now.
It's very interesting. It's very interesting. We're going to have to do a show on that because the science versus the advancement of science versus what they use it for, the good and the evil of it. But there's some music going on, so we have a break, and we'll be right back at 9:10 a.m. the Superstation because we got issues, and I'm going to talk about it on the break. Okay, we'll be right back. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Yes. Oh my goodness. There's a couple more things. Couple more things. Welcome back to We Got Issues. Welcome back to We Got Issues with the Force of Friendship. And we're so glad to have you with us. We're here every day from 6 to 7 p.m. Whether you watch us calling in, get us on through our Facebook, whether you're at our site at the Force of Friendship, checking in. We've got a lot of stuff going on. I'm very excited about it. There's a couple more things you need to know. On this day, the 45th NAACP Image Awards gave the award to 12 Years as a Slave. Did y'all see that movie?
Yes. You didn't see. Well, you know what? I saw it. And if you are in a certain place, sometimes you can't watch that kind of thing. It really was a good movie. And the sad thing about it is it was true.
Right. That's what made it even harder.
That's what made it harder. And there were times in it where Gloria, you absolutely couldn't watch it. So
absolutely.
Yeah, you couldn't watch it.
Absolutely. I stay up all night. I mean, it's like those things really happen to me when I watch movies like that. So it won for the best original and outstanding motion picture. That sounds good. So one more. On this day in 2017, Jay-Z becomes the first rapper to be inducted in the Songwriters Hall of Fame, along Max Martin, Jimmy Jam, and Terry Lewis. So it's a big deal to be the first songwriter. I mean, Jay-Z he's got some stuff underneath his belt that I never knew. But okay, Sabrina, I liked your topic. Like, what were you doing when you were 2 years old?
Okay,
let me make sure that I gotta make sure that LaShonda, are you still on there with us?
Please, LaShonda, please come back.
LaShonda,
Sabrina,
please. Okay.
You know, let me tell y'all this. You got to be thick-skinned to be with these women. Thick-skinned to be with these women. Okay, Sabrina, what were you doing when you was 2? And then Crisette, I'm coming to you. No. So make it up. I'll get what the story said.
Okay, friends. Really, the show is behind the scenes. Our text message, we crack each other up. We trash each other. We're like, you suck. You should never host again in your life. You need a better research. And so some days were really good. Some days were really good. And sometimes we have a lot to talk about. And then with Caterina not being here the rest of the show, we're like missing like some good stuff. And so Gloria on the break was like, well, what else can we talk about? We got 10 more minutes. What else can we talk about? Me just joking. I was like, let's talk about what it was like when we were 2. Who the freak remembers what we were like when we were 2 years old? And Gloria thinks it's a real topic. Yeah, let's talk about when we were 2.
Wait, I thought that thought, but I was like, okay, well, maybe she was going to talk about what was going on in your life when you was 2 years old. I have a story, though. It was when I was 2 and I grew up to be 4. I was once 2, but I grew up to be 4. And when I was 4... When I was 4.
It was 2 plus 2. It was 2 plus 2. Then you were 4. That was 2. Okay.
Wait. So when I was 4, my mother decided to have another baby, and her name was Whitney. So I was upstairs. The baby was in the crib. At 4, I climbed into the crib, got the baby out of the crib, brought the baby down the steps with the blanket hanging down. My mother looked up. She said she looked up, saw me with the baby in the arms. I said, Mommy, your baby is crying. Now, the baby must have been 2 days old because this is a show about 2s, right? So she said, this is what she said she did. She grabbed the kitchen table. She said to stop from screaming or scaring me or running. She just leaned over the table, grabbed the table to get herself composed. And then she turned around and came up the steps and say, okay, Gloria, give me the baby. That's good. Give me the baby. Then she probably beat me mercifully. No, she didn't. If she was alive to hear me tell that story, she probably killed me. But before I did that, I was 2. And then I turned into 4. And then I saved that. So yeah, that's exactly what happened. Nobody else know what they did when they were 2 years old.
I can't remember when I was 2 years old, but I do want to go back to something when we were talking about cloning, and this is absolutely a conversation that we could have. Did you guys hear about the first successful surgery of the man that received the heart from a pig? Did you hear that? Oh my gosh! What about yes, and you know we have a cardiologist who's going to be with us later this week, I believe, maybe next Monday. But anyway, yeah, they did the first successful heart transplant. They had to do some things to the pig's heart to make sure that a human would not reject a heart. But I said, the stock in pigs have just gone up. You know, Chuck and I were talking about it. He said, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go get me a pig and just keep them just in case anything happens. I have my own pig and be like, man, you treat that pig like he's a king. I sure do, because one day if something happened with my heart, that pig is going to be ready and I'm going to use. I said, it's amazing the technology that you know, that is coming along. Like Sabrina, you were saying, you know, with the cloning, we're not there yet, but there are some things that science is doing that really is helping people to live longer. So I just thought that was really interesting, and I would love to do a show on transplants, just how many people receive them. And then just recently there was a case in the news where this guy was on the list to receive a heart, and he was on the list for a while. And because he had not gotten vaccinated, a heart became available, and they did not give him that heart.
Wow.
Because they said a heart and these transplant organs are a limited resource. And because it's such a limited resource, they want to make sure that whoever they give it to has the best rate of survival. And they were just saying, if you were not vaccinated, if you were to get COVID, you would not survive. That heart would not survive in that person. So, oh my gosh, that was
that's
just
big.
You know, yeah, that was
Chris.
big.
There's a whole Netflix series. There's a whole Netflix. It's not a series, but that's about the transplant. And it's about it's called Playing God, where they literally are sitting in the room deciding who gets it, and you know, the racism that takes place, and the vaccine definitely came up. It's something about playing God. I'll look it up and share it with our audience also.
Hey, Caterina, you said that you learned something about the Bible today about 2222 about Tuesday.
Oh my gosh! Well, it's so much. I would have needed the whole other show, but you know,
but you got a good minute.
All up, it means when you add it all up, it comes to the number 10. And 10 is government, not as in the way we think of politics, but it's in how the structure and how we govern things. And it's just very, very significant for the United States. It's you know, I mean, we want to be one big happy family, but the bottom line is justice has to come for all of the wrongs that have been done in America. It is there's a season, and today is very pivotal in the spirit realm, and so it is an important day. It's a great time. I will say this: it's a great time to be Black in America. I know it doesn't always feel that way, but it really is a great time, because God is going to right the wrongs that have been done, and so that's what I'll say in a minute. It's a new age and a new stage, and there is a pivot. So.
Whoo, well, Caterina, you came back right on time, because we sure needed an extra minute. Gloria had what'd you say? I had a what kind of show was it?
Whack.
We welcome you guys all here.
Good.
We got issues
Gloria,
every day, 6 to 7
Great
p.m.
job.
You know, we say if there's 5 of us or 4 of us in a picture, you better not be on the end. So next time you see a picture with Sabrina, you may not be able to really see us, but we're happy to have you here, because we're the force of friendship every day, 6 to 7 p.m. We got issues. Talk to you later, 9-10 a.m. the Superstation. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.